Hi, my name is Ken Spector from livingecho.com, and I'm here today at Natural High Lifestyle with founder Frank Angiuli. Hi, Frank.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You got started back in 1998. What was the environment for hemp and organic clothing like back in 1998?
Wow. Well, it's interesting. Back then, I was in the business of screen printing T-shirts, and I came across the idea of working with hemp fabrics because I understood that hemp was a sustainable natural resources that was being underutilized in the United States. So I went out and tried to buy some pre-made hemp T-shirts, and at the time there were none available. Nobody was taking this fabric and creating blank T-shirts with it. So I was kind of forced into the idea of finding a manufacturer for hemp T-shirts, and did a couple of small runs and learned the business from the ground up out of necessity. And was really fortunate in a way because way back then in the late 90s, I brought one of these hemp T-shirts to the buyer at Fred Siegel in West Hollywood, and he loved the fabric, loved the idea of creating a unique basic that his high-end customer hadn't found, and he put in a small order, and before you knew it, they sold out. He called me back, we need some more, started to push me in the direction of some new styles, some tank tops, a long sleeve, and about 6 months later, we had the whole back wall in Fred Siegel, West Hollywood, one of the most influential stores in the country. And that really got us going, redirected us into the world of yoga. And, now we've got our own store. We're designing tops and bottoms for men and women, wide range of different styles, using different sustainable natural fabrics now, and also creating products like meditation cushions, farmers market bags, beach blankets, items that really suggest healthy, simple living. And that's what we're really trying to promote here at Natural High.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about hemp. Why is hemp so difficult to find?
Well, the primary reason hemp is difficult to find is because for the past 60 years or so, it's been illegal to grow in the United States and has a really negative reputation because it's been associated with its cousin, the marijuana plant. And so as a result, farmers in the United States haven't been able to grow industrial hemp for paper, fabric, seed, any of those reasons. Those laws are starting to loosen up internationally, and a lot of states are starting to look at those laws here in the United States. Farmers are really pushing for the ability to grow hemp because it's a high yield, relatively high value crop for them. But the thing that's unique about it, in my eyes, and what really drew me to industrial hemp was the fact that it's a very efficient plant, grows fast, and many different products can be derived from the hemp plant, starting with seed, high protein oil that's edible and really tastes good. So now you're seeing hemp seed cereal, milk, nut butters, and then the fiber is a long, strong fiber that can be pulped into paper and obviously into the clothing that we're making. Durable, bast fiber that can grow in a wide range of climates with little or no pesticides. And then the fact that it's illegal to grow because it's associated with a consciousness-oriented psychedelic loosely associated with it just didn't make sense to me. And now more than ever, we're seeing with depletion of resources, we need to make intelligent decisions about which resources we're tapping into, and I think hemp is one that we should be really trying to embrace rather than demonize.
I guess it was back in 1991, there was a new material on the market, tencel. And I know some of your clothing is made of tencel. Can you talk a little bit about that material?
Sure. We do integrate tencel into some of the fabrics that we use. Tencel has actually been around for a long time. It's probably the first true eco-fiber. And what makes tencel unique is that it's derived from white pine, so it's a wood pulp fiber. You can think of tencel kind of like a Gore-Tex type of branded material. It's tencel fiber is created in a closed loop. So any chemicals that are used to break down that white pine are recycled into the system, and rather than just allowed to spring out into a river and cause heavy pollution. So tencel's been around for a long time. It's a unique, sustainable fabric, and they're really progressive in the way that they're managing their the chemicals that are needed to break down all different fibers.
Okay, and there are two other materials at this store. Is that bamboo and organic cotton? And then vegan leather. So let's get into all of those. Let's first talk about organic cotton.
Well, organic cotton is probably the fabric that has gotten the most attention lately, because I think a lot of people are starting to realize the environmental impact of traditional, conventionally grown cotton. It requires an incredible amount of water, and also because it's been grown in areas where mono farming is happening, we're seeing the heavy use of pesticides. Some estimates between 25 and 40% of all agricultural pesticides being used are being used on cotton. And we're seeing videos now popping up on Facebook and YouTube that showcase the incredible environmental impact that conventionally grown cotton is having on communities throughout Asia and a lot of the so-called developing world, where the thirst for cotton, literally the thirst for cotton, is having a heavy impact and taking a heavy toll on the health and well-being of the people that are actually farming the cotton. So the demand for organic cotton throughout the industry has really shot up, and it just makes sense to start to take a look at the farming methods of cotton, because obviously it's a very unique fiber. It's going to be utilized by humans, and it just needs to be grown in a way that's more responsible. The other one is bamboo, which is kind of a new fiber that has come on the market over the past few years, and it's got a mixed reputation. It's beautiful and soft, but in order to get fiber from bamboo, it needs to be pulped, and in order to pulp that fiber requires some relatively heavy chemicals, and if those chemicals are not managed well, then it's causing pollution, and it's not a true sustainable fiber.
As far as that goes, what about mechanical extraction of bamboo fiber?
Well, as you know, bamboo is very tough material, and that's one of the things that makes it such a heavily used resource. I mean, the floor that we're standing on right now is bamboo, and we use a lot of bamboo for the fixtures and some other things that we make. So does it really make sense to pulp bamboo? Not necessarily, but what it did for us as a brand was that it allowed people to come into the store and associate industrial hemp with something that they were familiar with as a sustainable material. People know that bamboo grows fast. It's a grass. They're comfortable with bamboo. So when I show somebody a bamboo garment and then I show them a hemp garment, they're starting to change the way that they're perceptually thinking about hemp, and it just felt safe. And I think it's been really good for our brand in a lot of ways. And now I'm continuing to push the envelope, and have been in talks with a company out of Peru that's making beautiful organic color-grown cotton. So instead of dyed cotton, which we're so familiar with, and the impacts of heavy metals and runoff from the dye houses, we're starting to integrate the idea of actually using color-grown cotton in a variety of nice tones, earth tones, obviously, because they come truly from the earth. And that's probably going to be something that we'll see in spring of next year, and probably move heavily into over the next couple of years, because it just makes sense.
Fantastic. And what about vegetal leather?